Have you ever noticed that some girls just get treated differently? Not because they are the prettiest or the loudest or the most stylish, but somehow people just listen to them when they talk. Doors open for them and strangers are just nicer to them. And for years, I thought it was just sheer luck or maybe genetics. Turns out, it's not. It's habits, tiny, almost invisible habits that completely change the way people respond to you. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you these tiny everyday habits that are going to change the people respond to you completely. It's going to actually make you more attractive, not in a superficial way, but in a way that changes how people treat you and how you feel about yourself. And if you're on this journey with me to my 500K, this is one of those videos that will change the way you think. Habit number one, the put together energy. People notice effort, not luxury or expensive things. You don't need expensive clothes to look attractive. You need small, consistent cues that show you care. So let me share some tips that'll help you girls. Let's talk about college. When you look slightly more intentional than the average people around you, you instantly stand out, not for being flashy with branded logos, but for being refined. So here are some tips. Keep a signature everyday hairstyle, a clean ponytail, a center part hairstyle, or soft waves. The key is neatness, not volume. And always have a base layer of grooming. This includes neat eyebrows, moisturized lips, moisturized hands, and a little tint or compact. It's not makeup, it's called maintenance. Pick neutral basics, white, beige, olive, black, pastels. They mix with each other easily and always look composed. Invest in one structured piece that you can throw on top of your casual fits, which will instantly level up the look. It could be a nice tote bag, a jacket, or even a simple button-down linen shirt. And another tip is keep a signature scent which is mild, fresh, and not overpowering. Doesn't have to be an expensive perfume, just a very long-lasting one. Now for office and internships, being put together doesn't mean you have to look formal. You just need to look polished all times. So here are some tips. Stick to one color palette, earthy tones or muted hues. When your outfit looks coordinated, it reads as organized, and that's exactly the kind of impression you want to make in an office or a work environment. Iron your clothes the night before. Wrinkles subconsciously communicate rush or disinterest. Keep clean nails and tidy shoes. These are micro details that bosses and clients always notice. For makeup, soft brows, even skin tone, and a nude lip, this looks professional and effortless. This is the difference between looking okay and looking intentional, and that's what we are trying to achieve here. Looking put together isn't about the vanity, it's self-respect made visible. You're telling the world, I value my space, my time, and myself, and I put effort in myself, which is why I expect you to do the same to me. Now, habit number two is micro self-discipline. Keeping the small promises you make to yourself, because if you're not doing that, the others are not going to do that to you. So you don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to stop breaking tiny promises you make to yourself. Now, what I mean is micro self-discipline isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. or running marathons. It's about quiet consistency. Brushing your hair properly before class, drinking water before coffee, or finally cleaning that messy drawer. Every time you follow through on a tiny decision, you subconsciously prove to yourself that you are reliable. That reliability becomes your aura and the energy that you give out. People pick up on it without you ever saying a word. When you say to yourself, it's okay, I'll do it later, and you don't end up doing it, your brain registers micro failure. Do that 10 times a day and you stop trusting your own word. That's why you will start feeling stuck or lazy, and you will feel like the other people also don't trust you or respect you enough because you are not doing that to yourself. But when you follow through, for example, you wake up and make your bed in the morning, or complete that one pending email that you've been keeping aside forever, or you stick to your water target for the day, you release dopamine that builds momentum. You start carrying yourself differently, not because your life changed, but because your self-trust did. Confidence isn't built in front of the mirrors. It's built every time you keep a tiny promise no one else knows about. Now, next habit is your resting soft face. Now, we all know about the resting bitch face, but no one talks about their resting soft face. The problem is most of us always have a defensive face, tight lips, raised brows, slightly annoyed look because of this constant stimulation or stress of, staring at our phone screen or laptops all the time. So here's a reset drill. Every time you find yourself very rigid, drop your shoulders and have a slight upward curve of lips. Not like a huge smile, but just a bit of warmth. Picture this, if it's your first or second day in college or office, and the best way to make friends would be to look approachable, and if your face is relaxed instead of blank or frowning, you seem calm and confident, which will make you instantly attractive. Now, habit number 4 is verbal elegance. Attractive girls speak like they mean what they say, and that's rare. I have met so many pretty girls at social events, these influencer events, and I'm sure you have too, where everyone's always like, oh, we need to catch up again, we should definitely meet, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And you know they don't really mean it. They say it for the sake of it, and I have also done it, but that's a habit we need to stop doing. How you speak changes how people value your words. A few other things that you need to keep in mind to have that verbal elegance is to replace filler words that we use, like pause instead of saying like or or ours. Try avoiding apologies. Instead of apologizing, use gratitude instead. For example, instead of saying sorry I'm late, say thank you for waiting. Use full stops and not question marks in statements like I think it's fine versus it's fine. So you see the difference, and it's going to make you instantly more attractive, more confident. And even while texting, avoid lots of exclamations or emojis to communicate everywhere. Just concise messages. This projects maturity. Imagine you're ordering food at a cafe. Instead of saying, can I please get a nice latte? Say, hi, I'll have a nice latte, please. Speak gently, confidently, and not timidly. You'll notice people's tone around you is going to change almost instantly. Now, habit number 5 is creating a signature routine energy that grounds you. Every attractive woman has something about her that feels anchored. It's not what she wears or how she looks, it's her rhythm. What it means is that a signature routine is a small daily ritual that becomes your personal signature. It could be spraying your favorite perfume early in the morning, or applying lip balm every time you step out, a 10-minute evening skincare, or a journaling moment, or even drinking chai in silence before you check your phone in the morning. It's your moment of order in a chaotic world, and people feel that. And it works because of something called behavioral stability. When someone seems consistent in their routines, others read it as emotional balance and maturity. That's why people often say things like, she just seems so put together, like she's got her life sorted. That's because she has her energy and rhythm sorted for herself. Your perfume, your playlist, your skincare, they become memory triggers, not just for you, but for people around you. People start associating you with comfort and calm. So how to build this signature routine? Pick any one tiny ritual that makes you feel centered. Do it every single day without an exception. Don't explain it to anyone. Let it become your quiet ritual of self-respect. Habit number 6, emotional mirroring. Now, humans subconsciously copy each other's emotional tone. If you mirror calm and warmth, people mirror it back to you and feel more comfortable around you. People start to fall in love with you when you make them feel seen. So, how to do that? If you're talking to someone you like and you want them to be attracted to you, start matching their tone and volume slightly. Nodding when they're talking to you signals engagement and intention towards them. Smile when they share something positive. It deepens connection instantly. Even when a stranger like an auto driver or your parlor lady or someone shares something stressful or your colleague complains, don't cut them off. Listen to them for that extra 30 seconds. They are going to remember your calm presence way more than the 10 compliments they probably got earlier in the day. This is why emotionally steady women seem more magnetic. They become the emotional anchor in any room. Habit number 7 is micro observation. It's the soft skill of magnetic people. The most magnetic girls in a group are never the loudest. They are the ones who notice everything. At college, when everyone compliments a friend's outfit, you should be the one who says, hey, the neckline really suits your shoulders. That's attention with depth. This is selective attention theory. When you give focused attention, people's brains release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. They literally feel attracted or closer to you. Compliment specifics like the kurta color really lights up your skin tone. In class, maybe recall details like how was the job interview you mentioned or how was the party you went to. Also pay attention to people's emotional cues, maybe a quiet friend, a co-worker's change in mood. When you notice and address these things, people will instantly feel more drawn towards you. Now you can practice this by picking one person daily. Notice one detail to acknowledge genuinely. This trains your observation muscle and builds emotional intelligence. And the last habit is graceful boundaries. Attractive girls know when to be warm and when to protect their peace. People respect women who can decline without guilt. For example, if you're in college and friends are insisting that you go party out with them, instead of coming up with a lame excuse, say, not tonight, I promised myself a rest day. Deliver it with a smile. It lands as maturity, not attitude. At work, when you're overloaded and someone asks you to do something, respond with, I can take this up tomorrow morning, and give it proper focus. You have just protected your time and sounded reliable instead of trying to make like a random nervous excuse on the spot. So the body language in which you deliver, with eye contact, a soft smile and a calm tone, matters. You don't have to give justifications, you don't have to over explain, you just need to set boundaries, and this activates the dominance respect bias. People subconsciously perceive you as a self-assured, not defensive person. And here's a tip: always pair a soft tone with firm words. That's how you maintain feminine energy with authority. So this wraps up today's video, and as usual, I have a new playlist and a new series called Looks Maxing for Women, or the Glow Up School, and I would love for you guys to be a part of my journey to 500k, during which I will be sharing videos every Sunday on this topic. And this is going to help you glow up, not just from the outside but also inside. Be a better, confident and a mature, attractive woman. So if you want to join along, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video, like this video, comment down below with one habit that you're going to change, and I will be replying to each of them personally, and I will see you guys in my next video.